Uh, what's going on, Coach Kevin Holt here, BallHer Hoops. Back at you again. It's been a minute since we've been on here. I am here with Coach Erika Stokes from South Carolina State University. She is an assistant coach there. Coach Stokes, you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yes, as he said, I'm Coach Stokes from South Carolina State University. Going into my third year, but definitely been there 2 years, and I'm actually an alumni of South Carolina State as well, where I played there many moons ago. We're not going to discuss that
Right.
time frame.
We'll leave that one alone. All right, so Coach, tell us a little about your coaching history.
Coaching history. Actually, I've probably been coaching about 19 years. Right out of college, maybe the second year out of college, I started coaching high school. So did about 10 years in Georgia under a prestigious coach there of 45 years. He was at that school at Hepzibah High School. From there, I came to North Carolina, started coaching in North Carolina. I probably coached here coached there maybe 5 years. And then went over to South Carolina and coached some there. But in between time, I did some semi-pro stuff. So did some of that. And now decided it was time that I could spread my wings a little further, take on another challenge and join college.
All right. So very extensive coaching background. I know Coach Stokes from Charlotte Country Day. We both were there together. So that's where the connection is. But she's just a really good coach altogether, good person to be around. So we're pretty much at the live period right now. So we're going to talk a little bit about it from a coach's perspective. So first question I have for you, Coach. Live period is upon us. What are a couple keys for players in the process?
Couple of keys for our players in the process of wanting to get on the radar of college coaches is to, definitely when you're in these live periods to make sure you're representing yourself as well as your family and your coaches. You don't want to go into the tournaments not representing them. So character on the floor, as well as playing your best, bringing your A game, and just showing what you can do and what you can bring to each one of the college coaches that will be in the gym, because it's going to be a lot of them.
Yes, definitely a lot of college coaches got to make sure that even if it's not a school that's recruiting, you never know who's going to want to recruit you because of what you're going to do at that tournament. So
right, and who knows who? I mean, everybody knows pretty much everybody when it comes to Division I anyway, and Division II. They're looking out for each other as well in certain cases. So
very true. That's a great point. So what part of do the parents play in the recruiting process?
The parents, they really should just be there for their child, to support them in any way possible, as far as, just pushing them along to do their best, just being supportive, I say.
Yeah. So that's a great point. I know a lot of parents put a lot of work in with going to these different tournaments, spending all that money. So definitely that's one of the supportive ways, but just continue to support them on the process is definitely a great thing. Next question. Social media. What is the most as a must-have for the student athletes that want to be recruited?
Social media, I say a must-have would be making sure you, first of all, have all platforms. You can never have enough visibility out there in the world of social media. Getting out there early, going ahead and making those social media accounts is going to help. Making sure in the titles of those social medias you have everything that you need to have as far as your height, your grade, your grade point average, all those things in your titles should be there, as well as just getting content out as well would be after each live period or each game or each tournament, just going ahead and recapping and getting that out on your social media platforms is good.
Right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and sign up my daughter. I'm gonna go ahead and get her on Twitter. Class of 2030.
Yeah, look, it's never too early. I've seen
Right,
some out there just
right. Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and sign her up before Twitter. She got an Instagram, but we ain't putting no basketball stuff on there yet. So,
right. Yeah,
um,
I know she'll be there though, because you can't stay out the gym.
right, gotta be. All right. So when attending live events, what do coaches, like college coaches, look for from their players, from players that they're looking at?
So most of the time when you see college coaches at these live events, they've already done the research on what they need for their program, you know, in that year or upcoming years. So um to how should I say it? We look for, you know, just what can fit in our program. So
Okay. Awesome. And fit is definitely one of the things that we always like. Me coaching with Team Perry, we always tell them make sure you go to the right fit. Fit is
right, exactly.
don't just go to a school just because of the name. That doesn't always work out the best way. So go where you fit it. That's a great point. And you're hearing it from a college coach, so
Right.
make sure
It's
you
not
listen.
necessarily, it may not necessarily be the school of choice that you think
Mhm.
you may want to, like when you're growing up 8th grade, 9th grade, oh, we have these big ideas of where we want to be at. It may be that small time, you know, smaller D1 to or large D2 that you may pique interest and you go to visit and it's like, oh, wow, I didn't think about I could be in this place and you know, you're gonna flourish wherever you because your hard work that you're doing, putting in the game anyway.
Right.
So, you know, yeah.
Yep, that's a good point. Last question. Best advice for parents, players, and coaches going through the college recruiting process.
Best advice for parents. I say the best advice is to make sure, you know, like we discussed earlier, just being visible, getting your schedules out early to the college coaches that you are interested in, you know, staying on the radar, just staying, you know, abreast of, you know, your overall self as far as in the classroom, making sure that you're staying on top of your books so that when you do represent yourself, you're representing yourself in a positive manner all the
All right.
way around, not just basketball, but in the classroom as well.
Okay, okay. I appreciate that, Coach. Well, we appreciate you here. I think you do a great job. Love what you do with kids. Seeing you offer kids, and you just been a great person that I've met. So I appreciate you coming on here today and giving us a little bit of knowledge. A lot of people don't get this, so this is why we're doing it. So I appreciate you, Coach. Anything else you want to say before we get out of here?
Anything else? Um, just go out there and do your best and play hard at all times. You never know who's in the gym. So if you want to pique your interest, don't have any downtime
All right.
on the court.
Good luck to all these ladies trying to get these scholarships. Everybody got to go out there and do your job. Thank you again, Coach, and we are out.